that there are 344 companies listed on the JSE or on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, but 80% of the value on the JSE only comes from 40 top companies. You might be wondering, how do they find the value of those top 40 companies? My name is Dr. Johnny Nyamunda, and today we are talking about market capitalization or market value of ordinary and preference shares. So market capitalization is really a simple calculation, my friend, because it is simply the market price of the share times the number of issued shares. So let's assume that 12 Rand is the price of the Nedbank shares, and let's assume that there are 10 million issued shares for Nedbank. So the market value of Nedbank or Nedbank's market capitalization becomes 10 million times 12, which is 120 million. Pause for a few seconds to do a question on market capitalization of Metrofile, and then look at the answer. I am confident, my friend, that your answer is 4.6 million. And because you would have said 9.2 times 500,000, which would give you 4.6 million. But let's talk about preference shares. I want to go through preference shares slowly because they are not as straightforward as ordinary shares. So we are saying, if you want to find the market capitalization of preferences, how do you find it? If you want to find the dividends for preferences, how do you calculate that? So let's do an example. 200,000, 2 Rand, 8% preferences with a market price of 350. Calculate the market capitalization and the dividend payable at the end of the year. Market capitalization, if you say market cap, now if you look at our question or our example, you see we have two prices. We have this 2 Rand and 3 Rand 50. Which one are we going to use for market capitalization? I wonder as well. But since we are saying market, and if you said market price, we say 350 times 200,000, you are in the money, which gives you 700,000. The total dividend, now we still have these two prices. So to find the total dividend payable, which price do we use? We are going to use the book value. So how are we going to find the total dividend? Is 200,000 times the book value of 2 Rand times 8% equals to 32,000. I want you to pause here, my friend, and do this question on your own. Because the issue of market price, book value, and dividend is important when you are doing the calculation for the average, weighted average cost of capital later on. So if you miss it here, you are going to struggle finding either the valuation or the cost of preference shares, all that. I am talking too much. Do this question, pause, do this question, and go to the next slide. I am confident if you did it slowly, your answer was 2.08 million. And your dividends were 192,000. What did we talk about today? We said market capitalization is simply the market price times the number of issued shares. And we said when we come to preference shares, market capitalization is equal to the number of issued preference shares times the market price, not the book price, market price of preference shares. When we are finding the amount of dividends payable, then we will have said the number of shares times the book value times the percentage, which would give you the dividend.